बच्चों, चलो आज देखते हैं एक इम्पोर्टेंट टॉपिक दैट इज कॉल्ड एज म्यूचुअल इंडक्शन रिलेटेड टू योर इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक इंडक्शन चैप्टर. So what do you mean by the term mutual induction? Mutual means definitely minimum two persons related, yes or no? So here whenever you make changes in one coil, if there is another coil which is placed vicinity to it or neighboring to it or adjacent to it or nearby to it, definitely that will be change in flux linkage to the second coil. Due to that some EMF will be induced. That is called as mutual induction. Clear? So what is mutual induction? It is the process of inducing EMF in a neighboring coil by changing the flux in the first coil. So what will write the definition? It is the process of generating EMF in a coil by changing flux in neighboring coil. Clear? So it is a process of generating EMF in a coil by changing the flux in the neighboring coil. Now let us see in terms of diagram. It will give you good clarity. Okay, so let's see. Now for example, this is the coil you are taking. You are giving the supply. Let be your coil 1. Then this will be your coil 2. Here you are connecting the galvanometer. This is L1, L2 you can say, or you can say C1, C2. Here you are giving the supply. So current flowing L1, let the current be I1. Clear? So when you are mentioning the current I1, it is changing in this. Due to that, what will happen? It will generate the flux in it. So this generated flux, it is linking to the second coil. So due to that, as the path is complete, so there will be generation of EMF. How you conclude that there is generation of EMF? Your pointer will show the deflection if you connect a galvanometer. Say. Then now what you need to do? Let us see the derivation, how to do it for mutual induction. Already you know how much flux is induced, that is directly proportional to the amount of current. So what you will write first? Your phi is proportional to the amount of current. What the flux is generating? Flux is generating in the second coil due to change in first. So what I will write? Phi to 1 proportional to which current? Current is given in I1. There is no current supplied to I1. Current is only given to I1. So I1. Clear? Now how much flux linkage to the second coil? It depends on number of turns. More the number of turns, more the flux linkage and more the EMF induced. So let the number of turns here N1 and let the number of turns here N2. Area let it be remain same for both the coil. So now the flux linkages to second coil. So how much it depends on the number of turns. So now I can write it as N2 phi to 1 proportional to I1. Now can I replace it with a proportionality constant? So what will be that proportionality constant? N2 phi to 1 equal to M constant, that is stands for mutual induction. Mutual induction in second coil due to my first coil. So M2 1. Clear? This notation is quite important. Otherwise everything will go around. Due to change in first coil, it is induced in second. So induced in second due to first. So which place it is induced, that will be the first notation. So induced in 2 due to 1. So M21. Clear? So now what will be my M21? M21 is nothing but now N2 phi to 1 by I1. Check it. Correct? Now already we we know phi is nothing but BA cos theta. If your angle theta is 0, then cos 0 becomes 1 and phi becomes BA. Fine. So I am writing phi equal to BA. Here it is phi to 1. Generating in 2 due to 1. Area I already told is assumed that the area remains same. There is no change in area of both the coils. It remains same. Now it is the magnetic field of the first coil which is linking to the second. So what it is? B1. Already we have studied what is B in solenoid, mu naught Ni. Clear? Now it is magnetic field of its first, due to which current? Its own turn and its own current. Clear? So now if you replace it here, then what you will get it? M21 equal to N2. Now phi 2 replaced by B1A divided by I1. Now replace your B1 with it. So N2 mu naught N1 I1 divided by I1. Yes or no? So I1 get cancelled. This is M21 equal to. Now what is N2 is nothing but the number of turns, total turns is nothing but number of turns per unit length multiplied by the total length. So N2L. Now how much it is? Mu naught N1 this A. Yes or no? Now can I write it as mu naught N1 N2 L A. This is the mutual induction in second coil due to 1. Now for example there is permeability because it's a magnetic field. Permittivity in case of electrostatic. So hence here we should consider the relative permeability of the medium. So if you consider relative permeability of the medium, then you need to add the factor mu r. So what I will write now? This is permeability of free space. So mu naught mu r N1 N2 La. This is nothing but your M21. Clear? Now similarly, if I take the figure like this is my same coil L1. Now this is my same coil L2, but now supply is given here. This supply is changed to here, and let this supply is giving another supply giving current I2. Due to that, it is generating the change in magnetic flux which is linking to this coil. Which coil? L1 coil. So it is L1, L2. So now what is the mutual induction in coil 1 due to 2? So what I will write now? M12. Here it is written M21. Now it is M12. So if you apply the same method, what you will find? It is nothing but mu naught mu r N1 N2 La. You can just write similarly. Even you can try and practice. If you are getting stuck, you just give me your suggestion in comment box so that in another derivation I will explain about both the methods. But one is enough for you. Okay, you can write similarly. M12 is, you will find the same. So what you are concluding? M12 equal to M21 equal to M. Means if you change your flux in first coil, how much EMF will be induced in second coil? Similarly, if you change the EMF in second coil, the same EMF will be induced in the first coil. Hence, it is called as mutual induction. So, finally, M21 equal to M12 equal to M is nothing but mu naught mu r N1 N2 La. There are lots of application of this mutual induction. It is used in case of your transformer. It is based on the principle of this mutual induction. Okay, bachcho? कोई doubt है? So let us see the next topic. That is nothing but your AC generator. Very highly important board exam point of view as well as this concept also for higher study. Now let us see AC generator. You can just take the snapshot or make a note of it. Pause the video. Now let us make the heading, that is AC generator. So, have you heard this term AC generator? What it is? I think all of you are habituated with this term, generator. What it will do? So nowadays inverters are there. Otherwise, you go back to 5 years or 10 years back. If power cut is there, people's and in shops also, they are using till now also generators. Yes or no? So generator is a device which generates electricity. But basically it converts mechanical energy to electrical energy. So if anybody asks what is generator or AC generator, you have to say that it converts mechanical energy to electrical energy. Now question is not arising in your mind how it is converting this mechanical energy to electrical energy. Because it consists of starter and rotor. Its construction part basically consists of starter and a rotor. One will be starter, means that will be fixed. A rotor means only it will rotate. Now coming to on which principle it is based. It is based on the principle of electromagnetic induction. Same, whenever there is a change in flux, an EMF will be induced. So now let us see one by one. First you have to write what is the definition of AC generator. So define, what you will define or definition? It converts mechanical energy to electrical energy. First part over. Then come to second part. On which principle it based? It based on the principle of electromagnetic induction. So second is principle EMI, electromagnetic induction. You can mention in detail if you want. You can mention it that whenever there is a change in flux, there will be induced EMF. Fine. Now let us see the third part. That is what it is? Construction. What it consists of? One is stator, second one is your rotor. Actually how it will be, I will show in terms of diagram how it will be. You can check it. This is nothing but your north pole, and you can similarly consider this is as your south pole. This is your magnetic lines of force it is going. And in between them, you are taking one coil. This coil is nothing but it is also called as armature. So, armature or coil. Now, to this coil, there is a slip ring connected. This is the brush connected to the slip ring, and it is connected to the, this is nothing but your load where you are taking your output. Fine. So now this is the construction and you are making it rotate. Fine. So what it consists of? Stator and a rotor. Then you can mention slip ring and brush external load. So slip ring, brush, then fifth is external load. Okay, fine. This is about the construction. Now let us see the working. How the way it works. Actually, you can just imagine this as your armature. So, these two magnets will be there. Two magnets will be there. In between this armature, it is allowed to rotate. So, how the way it will rotate? It will be rotated with the help of some mechanical, some external means they will allow this coil to rotate. So what are those mechanical means? Practical example, if you see, in the case of dam, they will allow the water to fall from a height. So that falling of the height or that kinetic energy, it allows the turbine to rotate. The turbine is nothing but the armature. Fine. So when that armature rotates, now magnetic field is stationary, but when the turbine rotates or this armature rotate, what will happen? It will, the change in flux that is linking to the area, it is changing. So if you change the area or the orientation, there will be the generation of the EMF. Simple. So hence, that is one. In thermal power plant also, what they used to do? Coal they used to boil the water. So the water is converted to steam. Now that steam will help to move the turbine, that is converted to electricity. If you are using water for movement or mechanical energy to rotate your armature or turbine, that is called as hydroelectric generator, because hydro means water converted to electricity. So hydroelectric generator. Similarly, if you are using coal, means by burning the coal only, thermal energy is converted to electricity. So that is called as thermal generator. Similarly, for nuclear power plant, that is called as nuclear power generator. Okay, so what's the input you are using for making that mechanical energy of rotating your turbine or the armature? That is called as that source of input, and finally all output is your electrical energy. Clear? So hence, in this case, you are by any means, even by hand also, you can make it rotate or with the help of machine. Whatever you do, you allow this coil to rotate. So whenever the coil rotate, there is the change in flux linkage with the area of the coil. Due to that, the EMF will be generated. This is the working, how the way it work or how the way it operate. So in the working, you just mention one point. Whenever there is rotation of coil, you can write, or armature you can write. Both is correct. In magnetic field, EMF produced or induced. You can write in detail whatever the explanation I have given, but this is the gist of it, summary of it. Clear? This is the working of it. Now let us see the mathematical calculation, how the way we are able to express it. The foundation of mathematics will express all the our way of working. So let us see it. So we already know that E is nothing but our minus N d phi by dt. Yes or no? This is according to Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, second principle. Yes or no? Second statement. Now, what is our phi is nothing but d by dt of BA cos theta. Yes or no? Clear? So, cos theta, what is theta is nothing but omega t. What is omega is angular velocity. So, if you replace it with the help of your theta as omega t. So, now your value will be minus n d by dt of, take your BA outside. So, minus BA cos d by dt of cos omega t. Suppose you are now doing the process of differentiation. So, what is d by dt of cos omega t? Minus sin omega t into chain rule, d by dt of omega t. So, again it will be omega. So, minus BAN, it is omega into minus sin omega t. This is the differentiation of cos omega t. So, minus minus becomes plus. So, what you are getting now? BAN omega sin omega t. For what you are deriving? How much EMF is induced? This part, it is nothing but called as the maximum value of the sin theta. So, E equal to maximum value, always the notation is, if it is E, it is E naught. If you write here B, then it will be B naught. If you write I, it will be I naught. Maximum value or peak value it is also called as E naught sin omega t. So what is the shape of the output generated? Sinusoidal wave. Hence the heading you see, AC generator means AC means alternating current. So what will be the shape of it? Definitely the shape will be like this. It is with respect to omega t. This is your induced EMF. So at this point only it will give you 90 degree the value maximum. This is only enough. Similarly at this point 270 degree it will give you negative maximum. So how the way it is happening that at 90 degree it is giving maximum value? I already told this is nothing but your magnetic field. Imagine that this is the magnetic lines of force. This is moving. Now the coil is present in the middle. Let this be your coil. So when the coil is placed like this, always your direction you should take perpendicular or normal to the area. So at that position only with the magnetic lines of force it is making angle 90 degree. So sin 90 is 1. Hence you are getting maximum value at angle theta. That theta is nothing but the angle between the B and A. This is your B. This is your B. This is your A. Clear now? Similarly, when your coil of rotation is like this. Now see, when you are going to make this to the area 90 degree. Now this as well as this is your magnetic lines of force. Which one? This one. So both your magnetic lines of force and this. What is the angle? 0. Yes or no? So hence at the angle 0, what is the EMF induced? 0, because sin 0 is 0. Clear? So hence at the point of 90 degree and 270 degree you are able to get your maximum voltage. Now all of you know also omega equal to 2 pi f. So substitute that value, then you can find your final voltage E equal to E naught sin 2 pi ft. What is this frequency? This is nothing but your linear frequency. The value of it is 50 Hz in India, whereas it is 60 Hz in USA. This is a standard. Our country follows 50 Hz, 50 cycles per second. Foreign countries, they follow their standards. Okay. So omega is nothing but angular frequency when they move in a circle. This is linear frequency. Clear? So this is all about your AC generator and mutual inductance. Okay children, आपको कोई डाउट हो तो कमेंट्स में बता देना, या कोई टॉपिक चाहिए तो मेंशन करना. ठीक है बच्चों, आपको पसंद आए मेरा वीडियो तो लाइक देना और शेयर भी करना दोस्तों से, ताकि उनको भी नॉलेज मिले. ठीक है बच्चों, खुश रहो, मस्त रहो और उमंग के साथ पढ़ाई करके आगे बढ़ते रहो. बाय बच्चों.